Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about Black Mirror Bandersnatch. That's right, this is an all new movie on Netflix from, I guess, the Black Mirror creators. If you don't know the show Black Mirror, it's a great show on Netflix. I got into the show pretty late into the game, I think around when season 3 was on or something. I think there's 4 seasons, right? And I came on before the last season came up. So it was recommended to me by several people. And now this movie was recommended to me by several people because I didn't even know this movie was dropping on Netflix around this time. So I finally got the chance to check it out after several people recommended it to me to check it out. And when I heard it was an interactive experience, that intrigued me even more. So I got to see it on New Year's Eve and play around with it. I watched it again the next day to get a more clear picture of what the story was all about and all that. Because it's hard to hear when a lot of people are talking, but I did like the interactive experience that I didn't mind going back and doing it all again. And I will say, this was a really fun experience. If you're someone that likes technology and likes the movie going experience and likes to see where movies could one day go, or at least an option on where they could go, because I don't see every movie one day going in this format. There are specific movies that are telling specific stories for a reason. So I don't think you'll ever see a Star Wars movie or a Lord of the Rings movie or a Avengers movie use something like this. But for a one-off film, I think you could do something like this for fun. And that's what this was, fun. I'm going to say, if you're going to judge this as a good, really good, thoughtful movie that makes you think or whatever, that's not what this is. This is, I wouldn't even call it a movie. Even though they call it a movie, I wouldn't call it that, because to me it just felt like a really extended episode of Black Mirror that just had so many options that they had to make it longer for you to have that experience. That's just my opinion. I don't know how other people felt, but even the acting at times felt very television-ish to me. It didn't really feel like movie quality. So again, my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's fine. But I did feel more of a television vibe than a movie vibe. I did think Will Poulter in this was great. And the kid from Dunkirk. As soon as I saw him, I said to my brother, "Oh yeah, that's the guy from Dunkirk," and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right." He was all right in this. I thought he did better in Dunkirk, but he was good. He was fine for the most part. The fun thing about this movie is the interactive, choosing the destiny. And then what makes it even more fun is how they break the fourth wall eventually in this film. I don't want to spoil too much about it, what happens, because I do think it's more fun when you experience it from the beginning to end. But eventually it does kind of break the fourth wall. And for some people it might be a little trippy at times because you're having fun with this. And then there are moments where you say, okay, this is getting too surreal. Someone like my brother who has a little bit of a mental illness, my middle-aged brother, he couldn't handle it because I wouldn't say he's schizophrenic, but he has a little bit of an idea, like he thinks too much that people could manipulate him and control him, and he couldn't handle what the movie was presenting. So I would say, if you are somebody that's sensitive if you are somebody that has a little bit of a mental illness or maybe schizophrenia, I guess that's mental illness, I would recommend maybe to go in with caution. But if you are somebody that can handle it and understand and can separate the idea that this is art, that this is entertainment, then yeah, I would totally recommend it to anybody that wants to just have a good time experiencing fun. Don't play this while you're high. I think high you can trip out a lot too. But this is a great experience, I think. I had a lot of fun with it, and getting to choose the alternate realities, because you choose these destinies that is kind of tied into the game as well. I mean, in the movie as well, because the main character is a video game developer who is creating a game where you can pick your own choices through the game, and that can lead you into different storylines. If you remember, if you were a kid of the 90s, there were books like this, Goosebump books, that did similar things to this, where you can read and it would tell you, okay, if you want to do this, go to page 9. If you want to do that, go to page 23. So, believe it or not, we had to read and play this type of game back in the 90s. But kids are like, what? Read? What's that? But that's similar to what this idea is here, but using technology instead. And it also shows how far we've all gotten since then. So, look, as a movie though, I'm gonna have to say this is like a 7 out of 10, mostly because of the experience that I think the movie offers. And so I think for that, but if you're gonna just judge it as a movie, the movie is totally like Groundhog's Day, pretty much, because you do sort of go back and relive your choices, and then it's to give you the option to do a different choice to see how your life could have went in an alternate, how your choice could have went in an alternate way. So there's a little bit of Groundhog's Day, or Edge of Tomorrow, if you will. But it doesn't make it a bad thing. It's fun, it's entertainment. I think, like I said many times in this review, it's the interactive experience that really sells it. And with that, yeah, I would give this a 7 out of 10. Go and enjoy it. I think people will have a good time. It's on Netflix. I enjoyed it, so there you go. And it seems like it has a lot of people talking. A lot of other people that I was talking to seem to really like it as well. So yeah, I don't know how everybody will be, because I did try to show this to my parents, and they were like, no, I just want to watch a movie. I don't want to pick. I'm like, I want them to pick for me. I don't want to, like, I'm like, what's wrong with you parents? It's time to catch up with technology and where things are heading. Old people, what can I say? So with that being said, I hope you guys liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, tell me your thoughts. By the way, tell me your thoughts on this if you've already seen it. And until next time, take care.